The wrestling world was shaken when news broke that Maxwell Jacob Friedman, better known as MJF, tied the knot with longtime interviewer Alicia Atout in a private but star-studded ceremony. The event quickly became the most viral wrestling story of the week, not only because of the couple involved but also due to the guest list that included some of the most influential names in the industry. Tony Khan, the president of All Elite Wrestling, was seen celebrating alongside AEW legends like Taz, solidifying the occasion as a once-in-a-lifetime gathering that blurred the lines between personal life and professional wrestling spectacle. Photos from the wedding began circulating on social media within hours, showing MJF and Alicia Atout in elegant attire, sharing a rare vulnerable moment away from the chaos of weekly wrestling shows. Fans were quick to point out how different MJF looked compared to his on-screen persona, describing him as genuinely happy and even humble in the snapshots. This contrast between his arrogant heel character and his real-life joy created buzz across Twitter and Reddit, with many fans commenting that the salt of the earth finally showed a side of himself that the world rarely gets to witness. The presence of Tony Khan at the wedding sparked countless discussions online. As the boss of AEW, his attendance demonstrated not just support for one of his top stars but also the close-knit culture that AEW has tried to build since its inception. Fans speculated whether Khan's speech at the wedding included playful nods to MJF's contract negotiations, given their history of blending reality into storylines. Some joked that Khan might have slipped MJF another blank check inside his wedding card, referencing the infamous bidding war storyline that dominated AEW programming in 2024. AEW commentators and wrestlers who attended the event shared their excitement online, with Taz posting a heartfelt note about seeing MJF grow not just as a performer but as a man starting a new chapter in life. Other talents like Ricky Starks and Darby Allin were also rumored to be present, though not all guest lists have been confirmed. Their attendance fueled speculation that MJF's influence behind the scenes is larger than ever, as few wrestlers command such loyalty and respect from peers in both the locker room and management. Backstage reaction in AEW has been overwhelmingly supportive, with reports noting that MJF received a standing ovation when he returned to Dynamite rehearsals after the wedding. Some talents reportedly teased him about being tied down while others praised the way he balances his professional intensity with a grounded personal life. Sources claim that AEW's morale got a boost from the event, as many wrestlers celebrated the happiness of someone often regarded as the future of the company. The crossover interest from WWE fans was impossible to ignore. Almost immediately after the wedding news broke, speculation began about whether this real-life development might factor into MJF's long-rumored WWE jump. Some fans theorized that WWE executives, including Triple H, would have been watching closely to see which AEW talents attended, viewing it as a snapshot of AEW's locker room unity. Rumors even surfaced that WWE sent private congratulations to the couple, though this has not been confirmed. Alicia Tout herself is no stranger to the wrestling spotlight, having worked as a backstage interviewer and media personality across multiple promotions, including AEW, MLW, and Impact Wrestling. Fans praised her journey from indie interviews to marrying one of the biggest stars in the business. Her own following has grown massively in the days after the wedding, with many fans revisiting her early YouTube interviews where she first connected with MJF, pointing out the irony that their professional interaction blossomed into a full-fledged relationship that has now reached marriage. Fan chatter on wrestling forums and social platforms has been split between lighthearted jokes and genuine admiration. Some fans memed the wedding as the devil finally meeting his angel, referencing MJF's nickname and character persona. Others argue that his marriage might soften his heel edge on television, sparking debate about whether fans will still boo him with the same venom now that they've seen him in a different light. Wrestling purists countered that MJF is too skilled to let personal developments bleed into his on-screen arrogance, predicting he'll find ways to use the marriage in promos to further antagonize crowds. Reports also surfaced that AEW filmed portions of the wedding for potential use in future documentaries or behind-the-scenes specials. AEW's All Access show has previously blended real-life moments with storyline content, and insiders believe that MJF's wedding could become a featured chapter in a future AEW-produced project. If true, this would allow AEW to capitalize on the buzz surrounding the event, while giving fans an unprecedented look into the personal life of its biggest villain. The wedding also reignited the conversation about MJF's long-term loyalty to AEW. While his marriage to Alicia Atout doesn't directly affect his professional contracts, some analysts argue that the strong AEW presence at his wedding could symbolize a deeper commitment to the company. With Tony Khan and AEW veterans among the key guests, fans speculated that MJF might feel more entrenched than ever in AEW culture, potentially cooling off the endless WWE rumors that have followed him since his rise to stardom. Still, WWE crossover rumors persist. Wrestling reporters claim that WWE insiders believe MJF's wedding creates a new opportunity to humanize him to mainstream audiences, making him more marketable should he ever jump promotions. A hypothetical angle was even suggested online, where WWE could bring up his marriage to Alicia during promos to introduce him to audiences unfamiliar with his AEW persona. Fans debated whether WWE would go so far as to try recruiting Alicia herself, given her experience as a host and interviewer. Social media metrics proved the wedding was more than just a personal milestone. Within 24 hours of the first photos dropping, MJF and Alicia Atout were trending on multiple platforms, with millions of impressions across hashtags like #MJFWedding and #Alicia Tout. AEW's official accounts capitalized by posting congratulations, while several mainstream outlets covered the story, highlighting MJF as one of wrestling's most polarizing figures who has now shown his softer side. The ceremony also included subtle wrestling-related touches that fans noticed in leaked photos and descriptions. Reports described a wrestling-inspired cake topper and vows that included playful references to MJF's "better than you" catchphrase. Guests allegedly chanted "he's better than you" during the reception speeches, demonstrating how seamlessly wrestling culture intertwined with the personal celebration. One of the most surprising reactions came from former AEW and WWE talent who were not at the wedding but shared their thoughts online. Chris Jericho, who was reportedly unable to attend due to touring commitments with Fozzy, congratulated the couple in a video message that played during the reception. His message included playful jabs about MJF being unbearable but also sincere recognition of his growth. Cody Rhodes, now firmly in WWE, also liked several wedding-related posts, leading fans to wonder if he too reached out privately to congratulate his former colleague. The discussion about how MJF might incorporate the wedding into future promos has also gone viral. Many fans predict that MJF will weaponize his marriage against audiences, mocking single fans or portraying himself as the ultimate family man who is still better than everyone else. Others believe he might avoid the topic altogether to maintain a strict separation between his character and his personal life. Either way, the marriage has added another layer to his already complex persona, giving him new material should he choose to use it. Backstage insiders in AEW believe that the wedding could mark the beginning of a new era for MJF as both a performer and a leader in the locker room. His status as a married man is being interpreted as a sign of maturity, and several younger wrestlers reportedly view him as more approachable since returning from his honeymoon. AEW may use this momentum to elevate MJF not just as a star on camera but as a cornerstone figure in the company's culture. The wedding has also sparked fantasy booking discussions across fan communities. Some are imagining scenarios where Alicia Tout might eventually appear on AEW programming alongside her husband, perhaps as a ringside manager or occasional guest interviewer. This idea has drawn both excitement and skepticism, with some believing it could enhance MJF's act while others argue that Alicia's independent career should remain separate from his character. From a business standpoint, the wedding has been a marketing goldmine for AEW. Merchandise featuring tongue-in-cheek references to MJF's marriage began popping up on fan sites within days, and official AEW shops are rumored to be preparing their own celebratory designs. The idea of MJF-themed wedding memorabilia is both hilarious and profitable, as fans continue to embrace every opportunity to engage with his character outside of the ring. As the weeks continue, attention is turning toward how AEW will handle MJF's return to television post-wedding. Will they acknowledge it on screen, or will they let his personal life remain off-limits? Reports suggest the company is debating this internally, balancing the desire to capitalize on publicity with the risk of blurring lines too much. Either way, the wrestling community will be watching closely to see how MJF's marriage shapes his next chapter.